What's up, everyone? We're back again for some more Gundam Evolution gameplay. Gonna be playing as Asshimar today on Canyon Base, a map that somewhat recently I was considering one of my favorites, but then I kind of had a string of some rough matches on it and remembered some of the problems I had with the map. But overall, I think it's still probably in the upper half of maps for me. But yeah, also playing as Asshimar. Haven't been playing Asshimar a whole lot ever since they made those last batch of changes where they lowered the HP and lowered the total ammo. And kept the big napalm buff. Personally, I kind of preferred Asshimar in the pre-napalm buff era. There was a brief period there where he got the napalm buff with no downsides, which is definitely really good then. But I felt he was pretty good even before that. And I think I liked having, you know, a bit more HP, a bit more ammo to kind of fight around with compared to just having super strong napalm. Because it's not like napalm was ever bad. Even pre-buff, it was still pretty strong ability. But, you know, I did decide to give Asshimar another try here on this map. Obviously, Asshimar is still very strong against kind of death ball comps, people grouping up with shields, because that napalm, especially with the buff damage, does a lot of damage there. But in the same vein, when your napalm's down, you do kind of struggle against that because you have less ammo now. You know, all those people coming at you at once. 900 HP is pretty low. Asshimar is, you know, pretty big. You're kind of wide in the upper part of your body, which makes landing hits on you relatively easy. You do have 2 dashes at least, but you know, that doesn't, people are good at aiming these days, so it doesn't matter as much. But I would still consider Asshimar very good, just, you know, kind of not fitting my playstyle as much as it did in the past. But, you know, still something I play a decent amount. So far, we start off pretty well here, almost got the first point, but just narrowly managed not. It's pretty rare. Usually, this A point here, because the defender spawn is so far away, usually as soon as you start getting any sort of percentage on it, it's pretty hard for enemy to fight back, but they did just barely hold it there, so now we're still going to get less than 25% right now, but if we keep letting it ticking, it will go down to 25, but we're already kind of pushing up again. Don't see anyone on the point other than gun tank, so I'm just going to stand on it and start capping it. And it looks like we might be able to get it here. Ashmar's up there, got me pretty low with napalm. I'm just going to fly up in the corner here just to stay alive, and we are able to get it. Now it's time to move on to B. Don't have the punch yet. That'll be pretty strong. This is a little bit of an odd point for it, potentially, because people on the point itself, it can be kind of hard to get everyone grouped up. People spread out a lot, but pushing to the point, like this upper area here, you can usually have a lot of defenders holding there, so it could be pretty good. But we're going to have to get up there first. Not working out too well. That somewhat early Barb G maneuver followed up by Hades, followed up by Core Fighter, so a lot of G maneuvers to deal with here. Maybe a little overdone on their part. They did pick up 1 kill with the Core Fighter, but looks like their Pale Rider died before it could get too much value out of the Hades, so now they've kind of used up a lot of that, and we've got 3 on deck. It looks like, I don't know if our Barb was a recent switch or he already used his, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the punch. See 2 of them lined up, get some pretty good damage. The team follows up off that. It looks like I think we got the 3rd who managed to get away, and this is a good chance to push, but I think some of our people are chasing. I decided to go in, but I'm low still. I was hoping the rest of the team would push in before me. Pick up the kill on Pale Rider there. Got the Barb, that's a big threat, and we're on the point to start capping. Napalm's still down, though. I want to be able to throw it at this entrance here when people come in, especially on top of that Dom G maneuver as well. He does go into it a bit there, gets a good amount of burn before going down to Barb, since that does not block against melee attacks. There comes their punch. A little bit weird animation there. He's just coming out of his flight transformation, and the punch had like already started, so it was a little weird. You couldn't really tell what exactly was going on there, but clipped me there, and looks like we're gonna have to just be satisfied with 50% to start off with. Gonna have to group up again, decide another push. Like I said, though, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit here on Asshimar because they don't have that kind of comp that he really excels against. You know, you're not bad against melees, but I feel like it's easier to put out damage quickly as something like Pale Rider or Gundam compared to Asshimar, unless you're really good at landing those headshots. And, you know, the Barb isn't usually going to stay still, so it can be hard to get the napalm damage on him heavily. Because in general, they're just a pretty mobile team, and that does limit how much napalm damage you're usually going to be able to get. We are getting some time on the point again, over 70%. That Gundam Junior going up in the sky. I didn't worry about it because I thought it was more in the center of the point. Kind of hard to tell when it's up high in the air like that. That can be a good option to make it harder for the enemy to avoid it when you throw it up like that. Also harder to shoot it and destroy it. So I didn't realize how close it was to me, and I ended up dying to it. But we are still fighting. Only 1 on the point right now. We got Barb G maneuver and Hades going. It's like, unfortunately, I don't think Barb picked up any kills, so it doesn't look like the Hades got anything yet either. Do get their Pale Rider, though, but Guntank's going in from the repair. He has been a problem. If you don't finish off people too well, Guntank can get away with a lot, but I see a lot of them grouped up, go for the punch. I think I actually only got 2, almost got 3, but some of them got out of there just in time. Wasn't able to guarantee my kills, though, because I was so low and I had to drop the napalm on top myself, but either way, I think we ended up getting the 2. Dom pushing it alone. Got Gundam, just Guntank. He's not even on the point. And there we go. It took a bit longer than we probably would have liked. Took probably like 3, maybe 4 pushes, each getting a little chip on there, but we did manage to get it. So we're going to be going into round 2 with 2 rounds in our favor. All right, going into round 2 here, going to be our first and hopefully last defense of the match. Starting off here, it looks like our team comp is basically the same. I think theirs is also the same. So still no shields for me to really take advantage of that napalm on. But starting off, looks like we're kind of trading kills 2 and 2. We are going to get Pale Rider back up again here, kind of zoning for Methus. But Barb is still alive, comes back in and finishes the kill that time. No chance for us to repair. So we're going to be down our Pale Rider. And with how far away the defender spawn is here, evenly trading in kills is definitely going to go in the attacker's favor. But we're going to try and stall long enough for our team to group up again. But they're pushing up pretty hard here. Maybe a good chance to use napalm, but it's on cooldown already. Just kind of staying alive. Don't want to fight this Gundam directly because he can kind of shred me. Pale Rider's kind of separated there. The napalm zoned him out, and we do get him there. Trying to finish him off, though. Really need to be getting those headshots and not landing them, so it's taking a bit. I'm kind of in an awkward position now. I want to go for the health pack, and now I'm running for my life. Dom is on me. Got the health pack, though. Got the napalm on him. Just going to hover in the air a little bit to hopefully minimize his splash damage, and it does work out. Just waiting here for the health pack to come up, and I can go back in. So far, haven't gotten any cap yet. Looks like we are still keeping them zoned out, but a couple of them are back on the point here, doing some good damage to Gundam. He's got his shield out, though. Can't quite get through it just as it goes down. He slips around the corner, but I get kind of greedy here. Do manage to finish him off. But still not getting those headshots in the down bodies. It really kind of, you know, sinks in how little damage Asshimar does when you're not getting headshots, when you're trying to finish off these down bodies, especially with that less ammo, too. I feel like that's where I notice it the most, when I've lost that extra 6 ammo Asshimar got in the initial buff and is gone now, is when you're trying to finish people off and then you run out and have to reload. We're still fighting on the point. It looks like it may not be going in our favor anymore. Getting zoned out here by napalm. Looked like for a second there we were gonna be able to hold it, and I think they turned it around a bit. They've got a core fighter coming, probably gonna come right down here. There it is. Tried to take it out. Turn A tried to use his grab to resist that explosive damage, but he's a little too early on it. Did end up going down. And then even though I had punch, I couldn't really go in and contest. It just had too much AoE damage that I'd probably die to before I got around the corner. They might get aggressive here. Some burn damage, but they got more burn damage than me. Took out 2 of us. I'm pretty alone up top here. Just me and Turn A, freshly respawned. But if they try and push this upper area here, as long as I have napalm available, that's going to be able to zone them out pretty well. Here, Dom Jr., yep, coming up top. Just going to hang up in the air to kind of avoid that. But a couple of them are already on the point. Let's go ahead and punch that Gundam in the face. Don't know if I actually stopped his G-move from going off, but either way, he's down. But like I said, still having trouble finishing the down people there. I had to come back in to make sure he was dead for real, and Pale Rider finished me off. Looks like the rest of my team is maybe holding okay. We have a Hades going off, but here comes Barb's G-maneuver plus a punch. And that's already going up almost to 50%. We are contesting. Might be able to stop them from that. No, they are over 50. You can see that server time message there. May help you realize when this match took place before maintenance. We got a nice butterfly coming out now, though. That does clear it up. Looks like we are going to be able to hold at 50% for the time being. Hopefully we can at least force them to take a few pushes like they did to us. And then maybe we can hold out on that last push so they can't even get the cap. And some back shots on Zaku there. And he looks like he ended up walking into my napalm afterwards. But that Guntank still around getting those repairs, making it so it didn't really matter in the end. And it looks like they're going to be mostly trying to push left side this time. A couple of them already on low ground. They backed up, causing me to waste my napalm. I can hear them above me. I'm not really sure exactly where they are. Kind of trying to stay out of sight. I'm going to go ahead and poke up and look and see what's happening. But while it's happening, Ringzaku's on the point. Does go down. Now they've got high ground. And Asshimar plus Dom, they're going to be doing a lot of damage. Asshimar pushes in aggressively. I got the health pack, but still wasn't enough. I was in the middle of a reload. And the rest of my team not able to get him before he slips away. And gets another kill with that napalm, but looks like he will finally go down there. Pal Rider getting the grenade on him. Also picked up their Pal Rider in the back, but they've still got that high ground. We haven't really been able to push up enough to force them off of that. Dom also on the point. Got him pretty low, but he went for the health pack, so I decided to not contest him on that. Kind of wait as he backs away. 4% away from my next punch could be a changer here. Might want to wait for Hades or something like that to use it. Also might be able to kill him this Barb here though. He didn't get the slam, just got the longsword and only a little bit of damage, so we do take him out. That's a good pickup. The Core Fighter coming in again. Gets a new Gundam, and he's too far away. I don't think I can get over to repair him. Zoned out by Napalm again. And there goes their Asshimar punch. And there's a lot of people on the point. I don't really know what to do here. Decide I have to back up. Fly away really low, but I am still alive. Getting that quick healing. And come back in here. See a bunch of them grouped up. Go for the punch. And I think that's 4 of them. Big damage. But I have to stand in my own napalm to try and finish people off. And unfortunately, as big as that punch was, it was not quite enough to hold the point. So they are going to get that second point cap. A little bit less time than us. But with overtime calculations, it's only going to give us a slight edge going into the final 2 rounds. And here we are on the second to last round, defending once again. Only a minute and a half for the enemy team to get that first point. It's a hard one to hold, but we are going to be very happy if we can, because that'll give us a good chance to just straight up win. And it looks like we have switched up things a little bit. Now we got that new Gundam still. That was a late switch last round. Not sure if I agree with that, but he did kill the Barb. You know, Sosby can definitely struggle against Barb, but I feel like New Gundam also struggles against him, especially with the recent nerfs. I feel like the lesser damage makes it hard to finish off a melee who's up in your face. But did get the kill there, and it looks like he also got repaired, and they finished off that gun tank. So maybe it's a fine switch. Also got a gun tank of our own. Get a kill on the Gundam. And really the biggest threat here is going to be those early G maneuvers. They could potentially get a Core Fighter. Barbolt also charges pretty fast, and if they get those early enough, you know, only 30 seconds left, that could get them an 8-point cap. Just trying to deal with Barb here alone. Really low, but he slips away. Almost got that finish, but he got to the health pack. Just mean Meth is still holding here. And there's one G maneuver I heard. I think that's the Core Fighter coming in. Gonna try and slip away. Fortunately bounced into that back wall, and then I get the health pack, but you can hear the Core Fighter right behind me. It actually felt like he was waiting till I got the health pack, just based on how loud it was, but not much I could do there, aside from maybe cancel out of the flight early and try and shoot it. I don't think I had enough damage to finish it off. We got a couple kills. We're going to pick up at least 2 there, but as we see, they got 2 repairs right after that, undoing all of that. And although the Barb is dead, don't really know. They only got 1 person on the point actually capturing. You got our Core Fighter coming out, but it has to fly through napalm, basically dead before it even gets around the corner. And they're too far back on the point there for me to get a punch. Ended up having to back up and save it for the final point. Gundam going for a wild flank. Don't know if he's going to get out of that alive. I hope not. It looks like he does go down. But they are still taking out a few of us. And here comes the Dom G maneuver again. Just need to back up and kind of let that wear itself out. They are down a few people, so I don't think they can get anything too big off of this. Gonna go ahead and throw down that napalm to force them to not be able to get that Dom repair. The Barb G maneuver is scary, but don't think it ended up doing too much, actually. We do get the kill on him, but Gun Tank's still alive, and I can't finish these downs because Gundam going for another flank. I think, fortunately, we may have gotten a couple of them to stay dead, but they did get at least 1 repair. So they might be able to start pushing again. There we go, 2 of them on the point. Our Gun Tank down as well. They try and push in here. Got that punch up and ready. But I'm probably going to want to save it because I don't think they've used Hades yet. I'm thinking that's probably the biggest threat still on the table. You know they've used Dom G maneuver, probably won't have that again. Core Fighter coming up, not going to punch that, but it might come up again. We do get that Barb kill though, and with 20 seconds left, I think we've only got a couple people to worry about. That Dom probably is not going to be up in time unless they can get on the point and contest a lot. Just going to hold and be safe. Their Asshimar had to back up a bit. Pretty low up there, so I don't know if he can push in. Yep, he's down. So this is going to be tough. Most of their people are still back closer to spawn. And here comes the Hades. He's coming in, going to wait till he comes around the corner, get that punch. I kind of lose sight of him. Suddenly a Dom appears instead, but I do still get the Power Rider with the napalm. Dom finishes himself off, charging into me with his mines. And we did manage to hold. So if we can just get 25% on the second point, we'll be able to secure the win for ourselves. And if we just get the first point, that might just end up being a draw. Here we go, final round on the offense. Sticking with Asshimar. I've been on him this long, even though I don't think he's the best against their team comp, but it's been working okay so far, getting a lot of good punches, so gonna stick with it. And already getting one pick for us, so could be good. Second one, as long as we don't let that gun tank get away with the repairs, this could be a quick 8-point cap. Got zoned out a little bit by the Gundam. Got him low there, though. He does have his health pack available, though. He goes on top of it, but I got a whole team with me, able to take him out. And I think this is looking good for us to get a quick 8-point cap. No time for them to build any sort of G maneuver. I think basically everyone went down. Don't know if Barb has died yet, but just him alone, not too worried. Definitely doesn't have G maneuver yet. Pal Rider also not having enough time to build up Hades. And I think this is going to be 8-point cap, unless they can do what they did last time we were on offense and come in and defend it at 90%. But I think this time we're set up a little bit better, and they've got no G maneuvers. But our G maneuvers coming up, we've got New Gundam, Core Fighter, Butterfly, all pretty big. If we can use all those at the same time, that could definitely open it up just to get that 25% we need. I'm gonna come over here, see if I can get some damage on that Gundam, who's got a little bit of a flank position. But fighting him one-on-one, pretty tough. His gun does generally more damage than mine, and like I said, I got that big top, which makes it easier to hit his shots. We got 3 kills already. Core Fighter went off during that. Looks like gun tank did get repaired, though. Our gun tank goes down. Unfortunately, I'm not really around to see what's happening. It looked like it should have been an easy push off that, but we might have got zoned out pretty hard. I gotta drop in here to get repair. Getting chased by Dom. Trying to fly up, hit my head on the ceiling. Still getting shot, just barely escaping alive. And my team is still getting good kills. We did lose Methus in that, but Butterfly's going off. We are getting some time on the point, just trying to get over there. If I'd been on the point, I think we would have got 25%, but I had to back up. Catch his gun tank alone. Nearly escapes alive. Do manage to finish him off there, and there's a huge group of people go for the punch. It somehow doesn't connect with anyone. I think I just end up hitting down bodies. Really surprised I didn't hit the Dom. He looked like he was right in front of me. And unfortunately, with that punch going to waste, now New Gundam coming with his G maneuver, but it's a little bit late. There's just a bunch of enemies shooting him. And they're doing a good job of contesting. We're only like a couple % away, I think, from getting that 25. But I think unfortunately we're kind of staggered at this point. Gonna try and rush back over. Going up with Turn A up here. Maybe the right side is a good place to push from now, but a couple people dropped down. I don't know if we should have done that. We probably should have kept our high ground position, because I have to drop off it now when I'm getting pushed up on. But Dom is dead again. I see a potential opportunity here to sneak in. Get the burn on Pale Rider. And then out of nowhere, get dunked on by a Barb. Fortunate. Didn't even really hear him until he was right on top of me. And so didn't really have any time to react to that. And our rest of the team is going down. I don't know if this is going to work. Just me and New Up, but we're way too far away. And that's going to end up being a draw. Not too common that you see those, especially with the changes to reducing the overtime rounds. I feel like draws are generally a little bit more common in overtime. But yeah, a long fight just before the servers went down. A draw is maybe the best way to end it, so no team ends completely unsatisfied. Although I guess it depends on how you feel about getting a draw. But overall, I think a good game from Asshimar. I had some really good punches, better than I normally have, but I do think my aim could use a little work. Ashmar's a little bit rusty. Another suit I have to work on bringing up to speed. But either way, if you enjoyed that gameplay, you can stay tuned here on YouTube for more videos, or you can also catch me live on Twitch. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.